Welcome back to the Out of Bounds podcast with your host, Jabril McKeithen. Today we're doing something a little different. No Sixers basketball, no Sixers talk tonight. Right now we're doing an interview. We got James Bruestle here, 6'3", playing in Mercer, from Lawrence, New Jersey, playing for the Mercer Vikings. And yeah, this is a gem, y'all. Tune in. Back to the Out of Bounds podcast. Today we got James Bruestle here. How you doing today, James? How you doing?
I'm good. Excited to be here.
Word, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad that we got you here. But tell the fans a little bit about yourself. Tell them what you would like them to hear about you.
So my name is James Bruestle. I'm from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. I grew up there my whole life, and I'm currently attending Mercer County Community College.
Word. So as you said, you do attend a community college. And you do play basketball there, so what's that like? How's it been so far, freshman?
So it's been a learning and interesting experience so far. Not too many positives, unfortunately, but I believe everything happens for a reason. You feel me? So we're gonna make everything work out.
So you did just say that there aren't too many positives, but what are the positives there? What positives are there for you that you see?
So the positives there are, first hand, you get the look coming out of high school. Obviously, to get the college feel, get the experience, get a little taste of what it looks like. But it's just getting better. Having fun, for me personally, seeing who I'm surrounded by, to understand what people are really trying to do for you when you think that they're trying to put you down, but they're trying to bring you up. It's pretty amazing.
Right. So you believe that the coaching staff, the people around you, they're good motivators for you? Is that what you see?
Yes, I do now. Before, when I first came, you're young and you stupid, you think you're going to run everything. But I do see now that they do try to make everybody in there the best that they can be.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Athletes probably might be turned down by the idea of going to community college, but as long as there's some positives, right? You can't
exactly.
I'm sure that there's probably a lot more negatives, but let's not get into that. I'm glad to hear that there's some positives that you could take away from that experience. But so you said it was pretty good. You got a couple of positives from that. So do the stats. Let's talk about stats now.
Okay.
Do you believe your stats reflect who you are as a player, or is there something more? Is there something that we're not seeing? A player.
My first year I gotten hurt and I redshirted. Mm-hmm. My second year, interesting basketball experience, but like I said, we're not going to go into any of that tonight. But I do personally believe there is a lot more than what my stats say on paper. So, unfortunately, I did not get the playing time I felt I deserved. Yeah. And maybe the coach didn't see it until later on. But, it's more motivation for me. Yeah. Right? So, it's not something to look down on. Yeah. Okay? It fuels my fire to keep going, to show people what I'm really about.
All right, word. So, you all about the grind, you all about the hustle.
Yes,
I respect that.
Yes, sir.
Schools are going to like a hard-working player, So do you feel like, are you the first one in? Are you the first one into the gym, first one out? Do you feel like you're one of those?
100%. That's one thing I will never – I will always tell someone how it is, okay? And if you tell me I'm the last person on the bench, I'll take that. I'll eat that, But I will prove to show you that I'm not, right? So I will tell a coach, anybody, that I am – I will put in the time. I put in countless hours. And you will see I will push myself to do anything it takes to win.
Of course, we're all about a winner. You're really a winner right now, so I feel like that's what everybody's trying to do, especially in basketball. It's all about winning. Do you see yourself as a team player? That's a pretty easy question, but do you see yourself as a team player?
100%. So naturally, usually I take the leader role of the position. It's just how I am as a player. Yeah. So I do well. Let me. You can't. It's a team effort, right? Not one person can win you the game.
Of course.
They can if they take the last shot or something like that. But overall, the whole team, it takes the whole team to win the game. So in order to do that, you need everybody to be at the top, performing at their best. So it doesn't matter who's in front of you. You do whatever is necessary to win the game.
Right. Respect that. So just getting into community college, is this something that you would recommend for high school players who are looking at it? Maybe it's their only option. Do you recommend this?
Look, 100%. people do this all the time. A lot of people will go to community college before going to another school, you know, whether it be grades, money. You know, it's a great chance for not only athletes, but for everyone to get an opportunity, get a second chance, or it's just the best option for you at the time. Personally, for me, it's that's what I had, and that's what I felt was right to do. And it's definitely nothing to be ashamed of, in my opinion.
All right, word. It's very encouraging, you know. Correct. Personally, guys, if you guys didn't know, I'm at the same community college as him. As he said, definitely saving money. You'll be saving money, so that's going to be a good thing, you know. And he just told it. He told it to you straight up. He definitely recommends it. So if you guys are interested, it's good to hear that from him. This is someone who's a very good basketball player. Y'all don't sleep on him. He's very good. So
Thank you.
just to hear that, I hope he hits your guys' ears. I hope he doesn't come in one ear, one out the other. But let's talk about what drives you for basketball. Like what inspired you? When did it all start? What's driving you right now?
So what driving me is I want to show people that you don't have to be, you know, a superstar from the beginning, right? So a lot of people think that if you're not dropping 40 a game in high school, you didn't play, you know, you play 4 years, that you can't play college sports or even professional. I think that's nonsense, and I want to show people that you can do whatever you want, right? But you got to put in the work, right? So I want to win. I want to prove to people that you don't have to be a blue chip athlete, right? And I think you can do whatever you want. Be great.
Word. And what got you into basketball? Like, what was the first moment? When did you just pick up a basketball, shoot it? It's like, I like this. That's what I want.
Yeah.
What was it?
I believe I started when I was around 6. Okay, and I like sports. I've always been playing sports since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And at some point, basketball kind of stuck out a little bit. I say, you know, this is what I'm best at. This is what I want to devote my time to. I've been playing since I was 6. I believe when I started taking this very seriously when I was 12.
Yeah.
And I told myself, I said, look, this is what I want to do. I'm not playing any other sports. I love the game of basketball, and I want to be one of the greats.
Gotcha.
You know, I want to play professionally. I want to make some money. You know, it's I actually have a funny story to tell. So when around that time that I found out, I said, you know, I want to do this. You know, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna put in some good work every day I can. I had this basketball hoop up in my driveway. It was in ground. One day there was rain. It was a bad storm, and it fell down and it broke and rusted out.
Man!
And I had no hoop anywhere to play. But you know, that didn't stop me. Didn't stop me.
Word. Say that. So just right there, you're talking about overcoming adversity. The hoop fell down, was a little rusty. Have you had any injuries that you've had to overcome? Any major injuries?
Yes. So I have broken some bones before when I, you know, playing sports as a kid, you know, you get hurt, injured. My biggest injury, I had torn my meniscus my junior year, going into my senior year over the summer. So it was a couple of days of school left, and I was just at the park with my dad, and I stepped on defense one time, and my knee was gone. I knew it right then and there. It was destroyed. And no, before you say anything, my dad did not hit me off. he didn't hit me off. Yeah, it was devastating, and it was a whole procedure. I went to the doctors, and initially I thought I tore my ACL. And that means I wouldn't be able to play my senior year, my last high school season.
Yeah.
So that was one of the worst 2 weeks of my life, was waiting to go into surgery, and I wouldn't know until after post-surgery if I would be able to play. So thank God that it was just my meniscus, and I did everything I possibly could to came back. I actually have someone had wrote an article on me in the local newspaper, but they were talking about how, you know, sorry.
You're all good.
My recovery was quicker than they thought it, you know, and it hurts me to just thinking about it right now. just having something taken away that I love so much, just to be able to play. It sucks for anybody that plays sports, that loves sports as much as I do, you're watching other people play something that you like, that you love to do. But I did everything the therapist told me to do, everything I possibly could to get back. And everybody was surprised how quickly I recovered, but some people would say that it's more mental than physical.
Okay.
Right? You got to have that mindset to get back.
Yeah.
Even better than you were before.
Word. So you feel like that was like the hardest thing you had to overcome in your life so far? Is that sports wise? Would that be like the top thing up there for you?
Definitely one of them. I had just recently, not too long ago, I'd say last season, we are coming off a rough year, as I said, that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? It was to the point where I didn't even know if I wanted to play anymore. It was, I'm just sitting at home, not working out, not going to the gym. And my boy back home, he kind of said, you need to get your stuff together, and nobody's going to feel sorry for you, right? You know where you're at, and you know what you need to do, and that's it. And he from that day on, it's just been road ahead, all looking forward.
Say that. Respect to your boy. I'm glad he said that to you. I'm glad you got people in your corner like that,
Always.
It's always a great thing to have good people in your life, man. So glad to hear that. So, we all got hit by COVID. Everybody, their moms, their jobs, their baby moms got hit by COVID, So being part of the community college, especially being there for freshman year, and then just randomly, was the sophomore season canceled?
No, so my sophomore year, that's the bad season I had.
Oh,
This my third year got hit by COVID.
Oh, so the third year got hit by COVID. My bad. I'm sorry about that. So did COVID impact you? How did it impact you guys, especially the team?
Most definitely. So the first thing is being able to play the season, right? We had no season it depends on what school you go to. Obviously, the higher divisions, like Rutgers and LSU, Duke, all them are playing. But a lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
And unfortunately we were one of them. But I didn't let that affect me too much, really. So the one thing was everything shut down.
Yeah.
Okay. There's always courts outside, right? Luckily, the court that I went to, they didn't shut down.
Word up.
They were taking rims down. They were putting the cardboard over top. So
they was putting cardboard over top of the hoops. I was like, what?
Exactly.
Oh.
But I had the court in the cut that nobody knew about that I played on, and that's where I did my work. And I almost, in a weird way, I almost think COVID was a blessing for me when it came to basketball, because I just came off such a terrible situation in my life. Yeah. And I kind of had to go back to my roots. So before I was able to go to the gym, to have money and stuff, I would go to the court near my house. Not so near. It was a mile away. Yeah, but that's the closest thing I had. Yeah. So I would walk there every day after school in high school to go train and get better. And sometimes you forget about, what you did to get to where you are today. And I think I was at a point in my life where I needed to go back and revisit that. So, and almost pay respects to, how garbage of a court I played on. But, this is what I had. That's right. And it got me to how confident I am today, and to not forget what I had to go through, in order to get better. But back to COVID, it didn't stop me. I kept working out. Yeah. I went outside. I did whatever I had to do. Once stuff started opening back up, then I came back to the courts, and I kept it moving. It was a lot of people who didn't play. It's a year to build up credits. Yeah. To get your degree. It's almost like a red shirt for certain divisions. And like I said, it's a negative time even right now. Yeah. But there's always a positive and a negative. Always.
Definitely there is. So, did you get any inspiration to play basketball? Anybody you look up to, like whether it be an NBA player, whether it be someone in your family? Yes. Just any inspiration from anybody to get you motivated, Yes.
So, right off the bat, I know people might call me fake for saying this, but I was always a Kobe Bryant fan. Always. Now, of course, I liked his game. Right, his game was amazing, but I liked him mentally.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
His hard work, his dedication, because I can relate to that. A lot of people look up to someone that they can relate to, you would say, right?
Yeah.
So his, wake up early in the morning. How many times you gonna work out per day? Okay, just how bad do you want it? How bad do you win? Do you want to win? How bad do you want to get better?
Yep.
That's, the first time I found out about his motivation and where his mindset is, and that's where I found about Mamba mentality and whatnot. I said, this is exactly what it's what I do.
Yeah.
It's just the first time hearing someone else at such a high standard relate to that. Yeah, and I think that you're gonna sound corny too, but I look up to my mom as well. Right? I relate to her because
ain't no shame looking up to your mom, brother. Ain't no shame in that. Come on now.
All right, I look up to her because she started from the bottom, right? Yeah. And she worked her way up. She's been in her company for years, like multiple years now, and that's what I aspire to be. That all of us got to start somewhere, and you keep pushing, you keep working, and eventually it's gonna pay off. It will pay off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Ain't no shame in looking up to your mom. My mom is one of my biggest figures in my life, man. Ain't no shame in that. I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. I respect that answer. But let's get back to a little bit about community college. So one of my questions was, did you believe that community college could become a pathway to the league or even just to bigger colleges? Like, do you believe that to a D1 college, D2, even to the league? Do you think so?
There's always a stepping stool, right? And that's what some people don't understand, is that there's always a way to do something that you want. Okay? Yeah. It does depend on what school you go to. Yeah. Who's coaching, other players, But you got to make it work, right? You like how we talked about, you got to find the positives out of the negatives. So you may say to yourself, "Oh, we get no looks at this college. We don't, the coaching staff isn't good." Something will happen, right? You keep working, you keep pushing. But I definitely do believe, no matter where you go, community college or not, there's always a way to get what you want. Whether that be a D1 to D2, D3 community college, it doesn't matter, right? There is a way. That's you learn as a college athlete that there are Division 3 and 2 schools that are better than D1. You just don't know about them. Yeah. They're not on TV. They're not.
They're not getting all the flash, all the NCAA games. All that. They're not getting all that.
Exactly.
I get you.
But there's always a way. Always.
Definitely. All right. So let's step away from community college. Let's get in a little bit more about you. Okay. So if you say you weren't doing basketball right now, what would you be doing? What would you be trying to achieve in life? What would be the goal?
That's a tough question because all I think about is basketball.
That's all. Yeah, I get you.
I would try to do everything I can to make money. I love money, right?
Respect. Yes. Who don't?
Exactly.
Y'all seen the last video? Cha-ching. Who don't like their money, y'all? Come on now.
So I would use all the knowledge that I obtained from older people, from friends, family, of different ways to be successful, right? A lot of people will be okay with working from a 9 to 5. I personally would not want to do that. Yeah. I would try to figure out how to, make money in stocks, make money in housing. Yeah. Always trying to find other sources of income. Other people would say, hustling, like selling shoes or, always another way. Other than that, I would probably just be in college.
Just be in college.
Yeah.
Just getting the education.
Yes.
Weird. So currently, right now, what's the plans? What's the goal for the future? What are you hoping to achieve?
The goal is to play professionally. Okay, and a lot of people will think that it's impossible. They'll always tell you the statistics, but like how I keep saying, I keep repeating, you can do anything in life. It doesn't matter.
Definitely.
It doesn't matter how bad or how good you are at that time.
Definitely.
It's up to you to decide if you want to be amazing at it or be great. Like how I said again over and over again, you got to put in the work. But to put that aside, I do believe that I can play professionally and that I will be one of the greats. you don't see it now. Obviously, I go to Mercer. I'm still in my hometown, but
Yeah.
at some point, it's gonna pay off.
Hmm.
And I want to go to the NBA, and whether that be overseas, directly to the league, G League, it doesn't matter.
Word.
It's, I believe I can do it. I know I will do it.
Hmm.
And if I have to go overseas to get paid X amount of money, where I'm like scraping, like poor, I don't care. I'll do it. It's what I love doing.
Got you. Word. So you already answered one of my other questions. I was going to ask about if you cared about being professional, G League, overseas. Yeah. What's the thought? Like, would you be fine with playing overseas? Like, would you be excited about that? Even if you say you just were an overseas player, would you be still excited about that?
So I've grown up in Lawrenceville my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I want to go see new things. I want to go experience something different. Best believe I'll be scared out of my mind being by myself in a different country.
No doubt.
That there's a chance no one speaks English,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something that I'm willing to do, You will do whatever it takes. You make sacrifices to do something that you love, Whether that be flying to Australia, going 2 minutes away, it doesn't matter to me. I'll, do whatever it takes.
All right, word. So, let's say you do get to the league. Okay. What's the NBA team you be on? Who would you want to play for?
New York Knicks.
Oh, he said the Knicks, y'all. Come on, man. He said the Knicks.
When the Knicks sign me a contract, we're winning the championship.
Y'all hear that, New York championship with James Bruestle, y'all. Look into him.
Yes, sir.
But, so we want to wrap this interview up a little bit. I like to ask, who's your GOAT? Is it LeBron? Is it MJ? Is it Kobe Bryant? Who you got? Who you got at the top? Brother? No pressure. No pressure at all.
I'm going to say Michael Jordan.
Oh, my God.
But we can't forget about my boy Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain.
We forget about Wilt Chamberlain. Dude, averaging like 60 points and 30 rebounds.
Yeah, let's not forget what he do off the court, y'all. Let's not forget about that.
Okay.
Let's not forget about what he do off the court, y'all. But we'll be like that. But yeah.
I think I would take Jordan though, because I like the mindset that he has. Make everybody better on the court. Obviously, to be great, like people say the CEOs and the owners of the company are scums, right? They're mean and they're jerks, but look, that was his style, and obviously it benefited because he got 6 rings.
Yeah, he got the 6 rings. So would you say you aspire to be like Mike? Would you say that?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, man. I think we're going to end the interview there. Thank you for coming in.
Yes,
Is there any last things you want to say to the people? Anything you want to bring up about yourself that you do on the side? Anything for the fans?
Yeah. Look, I wanna prove that you don't have to be the best in high school or in college to do what you want or do what you love. A lot of people like Dennis Rodman or Scottie Pippen, they were in the dirt. They were at a community college like how I am right now, and now they're in the Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter what people say, even your parents or the people that you love. If you got that mindset, you keep working, you're going to do whatever you want in this world. And that's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the Out of Bounds Podcast. You can follow me at Jabril McKeithen or Out of Bounds Podcast. James, what's your social so the people know they could go ahead and follow you?
James.B_42 that's Instagram.
All right, yeah. Check him out, y'all. Like I said, very great player, very great personality, very great person. Definitely give him a look. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.
Sir.